All right, I'm muting out for the next minute before the show.
All right, I'll mute. I can't even find the box that I'm supposed to be. Oh, there it is.
Please remember, the views and opinions expressed by this show or any other show on DV Radio and its guests are strictly those of said individuals and do not reflect those of the DV Radio staff nor the staff of dysfunctional veterans.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Strap yourself in,
Because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
attention everyone.
You're tuned in live.
DV Radio.
Online and on the go on your mobile device.
Listeners' discretion is advised.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready to
And you're listening to DV Radio with the old guy. I see Bo, who never leaves his couch for some reason. Google and Recoil, and I don't know where Marquis at.
I was going to say he probably went to Kruger.
The little garlic sauce is delicious. You alt-right neo-Nazi bastards better stop it right now.
If you use the cheap sauce, it don't taste good.
It tastes like ass.
And I've got an important message.
Joe Junkie and Carrie Crack are perfectly fine for Tombstone.
Well,
Yep.
Carrie Crack is perfectly fine. She did in New Zealand. I would have sex with Brad Pitt.
How can you even read that with a straight face? Well, I've heard that many like short and tuna can girth, so I'm winning in that round apparently. You're tuned in to WDVR on DVRadio.net or by searching DV Radio on your TuneIn app on your favorite mobile device.
Because this is how it is on DV Radio.
That is how it is right here on Barracks Talk Live, or you're listening to it on podcast, in which it's not live on WDVR, DVRadio.net. I'm Bonerwood. Somewhere in the crowd, we've got DV6. Google finally showed up at the ass half of the intro, and we have with us Oink. Recoil and Marquis didn't make it. I guess they decided to go hunting for more flat screen televisions. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Good. How was your trip back? Hey, how you doing?
I did not show up until late because I did not get home until late.
Yeah, pre-show starts at 8, but we'll allow it.
And 6, you said, "Oh, cover for you," which you apparently did not do. So I'll never trust
I'm
you.
afraid of Bo. Sorry.
And 6 still doesn't know how the dishwasher should be loaded. So I had to fix that and clean the counter and feed the dog.
This is
A lot of this other stuff.
DV Radio newsworthy.
Mhm.
Yes, it is. But you know what?
I'm just trying to explain
But
why
again,
I was
if
late.
people can watch CNN, I guess this is okay on DV
Well,
Radio.
Exactly.
This is what I imagine Google's brain is doing right now every time she talks to 6. Like
That almost sounded like the dog grumbling because I was back last night in my own fucking bed and he kept growling and groaning. Every time I tried to climb it.
It was so funny. I was dying laughing.
5 fucking minutes that dog fucking complained.
I was gonna ask how your ride back was and how the homecoming went.
Man.
The homecoming was great. I don't get as much love as Google does, but it was okay. And
It was
I think
okay.
she missed me a little bit,
I did.
Just a
So,
little bit.
But the line, that dog groaning and moaning because I was fucking back in my bed, which, dude, I mean, 5 fucking minutes he just kept complaining. That's his thing. You know how each animal has its own shtick?
Yeah.
He communicates when he's not happy or whatever. Doesn't look at you and get mumbles under his breath. You got something to say to me, dog?
Is that because he couldn't take over your side of the bed or something?
No. Hold on. The whole time 6 was gone, he slept right in the crook of my legs. He forced me even further on my side of the bed. I'm like, what the fuck? Although there were a couple mornings that I woke up and he was sleeping where 6's pillow usually goes.
Yeah.
And then one morning I woke up and his head was on my arm. And he was sleeping where 6's pillow goes.
Okay.
It was funny.
But wait a minute. Note to Bo's self. Insert romantic, loving music where Google was speaking about the dog. Okay, you can continue.
So I have to say, the ride back was uneventful. Nobody tried to, as if anybody's paid attention to my exploits with driving and stuff, I'm pretty calm and everything, but people do try to run. We've had the transvestite cross-dresser try to chase me and Google run us off the road one year. The road trip, we've had road trips in our hell. This one was uneventful. Everybody cooperated, except for one stretch of Tennessee Highway. I think it was I-40, which I'm familiar with that.
Is that when you took the day trip?
Yeah, to go see the other admins down in Cleveland, Tennessee. And nobody believes in moving over to the right.
Of course not.
Yeah, so...
Well, that's not completely true, Six. You did have a nice little...
You would have thought they were making a beeline for the border or something, you know?
You did have that nice little leftover ice cream when you got back from the day trip. The little cup on the back of the truck.
Oh, yeah. So, you know those little cups they give you in a restaurant? The little pats of butter come in. It's like a little tiny paper thimble of cup.
Right.
And, before we got done eating, I was like, oh, shit. Huey, the parrot's in the truck. So she loves ice cream. So I know they won't let you take nothing out or to go at Golden Corral. So I said, fuck it. I took a butter cup and filled it up with ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out there, and I was showing the kid, Hitman, Jaffo's kid, and I said, want to see somebody go crazy? And as soon as she knew I had ice cream, she launched from the truck out into the parking lot and just attacked me, and then got to the ice cream. So she made a huge mess, slung ice cream all over my shirt and everything, and I threw it back on the truck. Well, I didn't want to throw it in my trash in the truck, and I didn't want to just throw it on the ground in front of people. So if you have a truck, you've probably done this before. You put shit on your bumper and go, oh, I forgot. So I put this little light, like couple gram weighs nothing, piece of paper cup on the back bumper. I get to Bo's house. I'm there for the day that night. I get up the next morning. I do my routine. I drive to the truck stop to top off. And I go to the back of the truck. And that fucking little cup is still sitting on the bumper. I sent this guy's picture of it. I took a pic and sent it to Bo. I said, you ain't gonna fucking believe this. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It made it. It didn't make it to Massachusetts. But I mean, it was windy and raining and all that, and it survived.
Even the bumps and curves. I mean, come on. Yeah. That's one tough little fucking carriage.
Either that or I'm one hell of a driver. I'd rather think I'm one hell of a driver.
We'll go with that and get your ego, going through the roof.
Anyhow, you're listening to DV Radio Bullshit Talk. I got a whole bunch of stuff coming up in the next few weeks. If you'd like to take over and be DV6 for a segment, send an email to info@dvradio.net, and maybe you could, fill my shoes for the first 20 minutes, and that would give me a break. I think you guys, it's easy. All you got to do is...
I should make an application for him to replace DV6 on Barracks Talk and see if anyone...
Be my fill-in.
Yeah, and see if anyone can actually live up to it.
All you got to do is push the fundraisers and give out the general information of what's going on, and, the night off. I'm here every fucking Saturday night.
And forget what time pre-show is. Forget what you're going to talk about.
Pre-show's at 8 o'clock for those who are flying.
But don't show up. But don't show up until 10 minutes before the show starts.
And if you do that, then we'll go to the next person on the list.
Well, I guess I need to go to the next person on the list. Huh?
Who's the next on the list?
Well, we got to get that list going, So people are just hearing this. So you got to give it time to propagate throughout the internet. And,
I mean, I know that I'm not on the list because I was late today.
Wait, that's not what we're talking about.
But I have filled in for you before.
Okay. All right.
So-
That's new to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've
didn't
never
know.
done your farm updates.
You have.
Okay, that means I filled in for you.
I
Hey.
just remembered.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
children.
It's called my marriage certificate.
Children.
All right, so listen up. Speaking of which, me and you need to talk tomorrow too, because I'm about to give this update, and I don't know if I can say the other one because
God.
right.
Oh.
There's a reason we have an
No,
hour
Google's
pre-show
not
every. There's a reason we have our pre-show every Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen that's listening. We go over things, we discuss things, we try to put a show together
This has nothing
after
to
what
do
I put
with the
together,
pre-show,
and
Bo.
then see DV6 could have spoken with Google about whatever this thing is
She
that he's not
was
sure
at
if he can talk
home.
about. And these are the things that I try to tell them to talk about every
Anyhow, let me
Saturday
get-
for an
so,
hour.
Here we are, Saturday night. Here's your farm update with everything's. Apparently, first thing I did when I got in was shine the light on the vet house. That was still standing. It was not burned down to the ground. And then I turned the back porch light on to see if I could see the Quonset hut. I believe Google said that's still standing. No animals were killed or harmed or molested while I was gone.
Nope.
Disappointed there. Some things did change while I was gone, but not I'm going to mention on air.
What changed? Oh, I know what changed.
Hey!
There it is.
So, but anyhow, this season, this holiday season coming up this winter, biggest DB project to date is that we're collecting money to provide homeless winter survival bags for homeless vets out on the street this winter. If you'd like to help out or you want to learn more about what we're doing, go to mydvstore.com. Again, we're collecting to provide we want to give out homeless winter survival bags for those individuals that are on the street. It'll have things like hoodies and hats, gloves, thermal blankets, cosmetics, toothbrush, and all that crap, socks, underwear. If you'd like to help and help our fellow veterans that are struggling and are on the street, go to mydvstore.com, check out the winter survival bag. It's on the landing page. You can pledge as much as a whole bag, as many bags you want, or as little as a quarter of a bag. Again, mydvstore.com if you want to help homeless vets this winter. And, what else we got going on? We have big holiday coming up, Sesame Street's birthday. And you know what falls on Sesame Street's birthday? Marine Corps birthday. This is one hell of a week, boy. Let me tell you, between crayons and Sesame Street and Veterans Day, and
They
then
say-
all the Applebee's fucking memes.
They say it's a coincidence, but I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either.
Coincidence? I think not. I think not. You know what else is a coincidence? None.
Oh.
So, and then we're voting this week. Holy shit.
Yep.
Hell, I saw on the news, I watched my local news, and then we're doing national. Watch local news, and then they put national news up, but this was worth it. So this one teacher is on paid administrative leave right now because the kid came in with something he's not allowed to wear in school. This looks like he's 15.
What did he wear?
I don't know. It's not part of the approved school list or whatever.
Well, how do we know?
So anyhow,
Did they show what he was
can
wearing?
you add ease for a second before I lose my whole train of thought? Oh my god! So the kid comes in, he's wearing whatever he's wearing, and they don't have the sound up. Don't know what they're saying, but there's words being exchanged. Come to find out, the student is using racial epithets and language like that at the teacher, and the teacher cold just punched the shit out. and and it's like, and then all the students, the kids pulled out their phones, and when you're taking the cell phone video, do you really have to hold your camera like the gangsters do with AK-47 sideways and stuff? Like they gotta hold it out like up in all kinds of crazy angles. Yeah, we know you film it.
That, or they put their fucking half their finger over the camera so you see like this big white splotch.
So they're filming this, and the teacher got it going, and the kid tried to fight back, but then when you heard that, like, you know, then when you put yourself in this teacher's shoes, you know, you've had enough, and you can see he's all kind of, hey, you know you can't come in this classroom like that, and then the kid's face is blurred out, and then they say that, you know, he used colorful words like that. You know, I looked at that teacher and go, you know what? He just said, I've had enough of this shit. I've had enough.
He was probably like, fuck my tenure, fuck this school, fuck you kids, fuck your parents.
Don't have tenure.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, but he did. He's just, I'm rooting for the teacher. I've had enough. If more teachers cold cocked the kids like that, they wouldn't mouth off. I mean, first when I heard he was mouthing off to the teacher, that justification right there.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
I mean, I remember when teachers used to use a yardstick and slap the fuck out of your hand and shit.
They need a baseball bat nowadays.
Nowadays, yeah.
The local student union said the teacher's lucky he didn't get shot.
In that part of town, huh?
And, so,
where's Whoopi Goldberg when you need her to help with the school?
uh-oh. Somebody's in the house. Hold on. Somebody's coming down the stairs. Halloween's over, right?
So
Google told me about how, like, when I was on the road, we talked, and she was in charge of meds and other stuff in the office, and she'd be in there, and it's just her in the house. And, well, during normal business hours, you know, the door, you know, to the office, if you go past the office, it leads to our private quarters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, but after hours, you know, it's customary to knock on the door, or at least when you come in through the office to let them know that you're here, right?
Right.
It was in the living room. It was like 8 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night. She heard the door, but nobody said nothing. She turns the volume down, right? Well, anyway, she's telling me about this. I'm like, yeah, I'll talk to them. They should, after that late at night, they should be saying they're coming in or whatever. Well, tonight, she wasn't here. I'm in the kitchen. I'm chefing it up, and I grabbed some trash, and I thought I heard the door. You know, like the wind or something.
Right.
And then later, I grabbed the whatever I got, and I'm going to take it out to the dumpster, and I come walking down the dark hallway, and there's one of my residents just standing there in the doorway. What the fuck? Scared the shit out of me. I just, couldn't you at least say something? He's just standing there. Just standing there. Like, Lord.
Like he was being a creep. Like he was creeping through the window or something.
You know, I'm just going to come in and stand in the hallway till somebody finds me. What the fuck are you doing?
One of those Alfred Hitchcock moments. That's
so now
great.
I know Google what she was talking about.
That's kind of funny that happened to you, Six.
Yeah.
This motherfucker.
Oh, damn.
The dog.
Oh, he's back in here.
Yeah, he's fucking bothering me up here, so I go downstairs and I got him one of those hoofs that's filled with, like, peanut butter and shit. And I bring it up and I give it to him and he takes it and he runs downstairs.
He's bringing it to me.
I'm like, that totally defeated the purpose.
Well, at least he didn't do like a cat and bring you a dead rat.
Speaking of dead rat.
Oh, man. Yesterday when I got home, or Thursday when I got home, I saw one of the chickens running around with a dead mouse.
That's awesome. Turn him loose in his house.
Oh, that was pretty funny.
That's all right. I was unloading the mobile command post, and I've got another frying pan because I forgot to bring one with me on the trip, so I bought one. I was down there, cast iron. So I bring it in the house, looking at the stove, going, okay, now we got 3. Right now, this is too many to just leave. We leave them on top of the stove, but I don't like all that clutter, so I start looking for a place to put it. And I'm like, ooh, I know where. You know the thing below the oven, the broiler?
Mm-hmm.
I opened that up, and I forgot I had put a rat trap down there a while back. like last year. A glue trap, and there's a dead mouse, all decomposed.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
I forgot. I think it was my cousin or one of his friends had a car one time, and they hadn't had it long. I forgot who they got it from. It was like, some off the road dealership kind of dude. And they turned the air conditioner on one day, and it fucking smelled horrible, like stomach fucking turning. And so they started digging after like the second week after it not getting rid of it. There was a whole fucking rat's nest dead up in the fucking venting system. Like, yeah, it was horrible. Like, you not smelled bad until you smelled that.
In the barracks, we had the 3-man rooms. They still have them. Down by building 4039 on Fort Campbell. I lived in those. Anyhow, I'm checking my guys' rooms. And this one room it stunk to high heaven. And I remember I made him GI the platoon sergeant. Every time they GI that room. And it's like, you could not get rid of the smell. Well, finally, this dude PCS, or ETS is, right? And the new guy goes in there, and we come up one day, and everything's out on the bay and the landing. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, we couldn't take it anymore. This fucking room. He's like, but I think I found the source of the smell. They moved the refrigerator. Nobody ever moved the refrigerator. And underneath the refrigerator was like a piece of meat, all moldy and stuff. Oh, just bad.
Well, I've got one worse than that. When we were in Iraq, we had one of the fry vats.
We're gonna top each other up.
Yeah. So we always would cover the fry vat at night, and then we would lay out the stuff at like 3 or 4 in the morning, so it would start to thaw before we came in and got ready for breakfast. So we go in there, and I turn on the fry vat, didn't uncover it or anything. We start prepping for breakfast. And I'm like an hour into prep, and this god-awful smell and the steam coming from the fry vat. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? So we just go about our business, thinking it's probably some shit in the burn pit fucking burning. I start putting shit up, getting it in the convection ovens and the steamers. Then I go to put the French toast sticks in the fry vat. I lift the lid, and there's this big-ass plump of bubbling shit that's bubbling. I don't know what the fuck it is. So we turn the fry vat off, fish it out. It is a dead fucking mouse. Somehow it had climbed the side of this metal fucking fry vat and got into oil overnight and drowned.
You didn't serve it, huh?
Oh, we made some jokes about serving it because there were some few that needed it, but should have put it in the fucking grits is what I should have done that morning. But it was bad. I think I've got a picture of it somewhere actually. Well, this is Barracks Talk on DVRadio.net.
Six, your dog wants to go out.
Oh, okay. Well, he can
if
wait.
you can take care of that.
I got
he
1
needs to be
minute
supervised. I know. I'm just letting you know that he needs to be supervised.
So my question is, and I posted it to the page, is I asked everybody, what are you going to do with that extra hour tonight? And I got to hand it to the DVs. You put a question like that up on the page, you're going to get some answers. Well, the number one answer was same thing we do every night. DV6 try to take over the world.
Gee, mate, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Yeah. Well, this one here just kind of blew me away. Justin Watts says what he's going to do with the extra hour tonight is he's going to furiously masturbate the photos of Margaret Thatcher in a grass skirt. That's what he meant. But Kia, this female, Kia Decent, she says, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. because that's what time the dogs will want to go out.
You know, it's funny because I was listening to the radio and someone made that comment, like, don't forget to turn the clocks back, although it'd be nice if dogs would go with that also. And in my head, I'm like, well, fuck, the horses aren't going to fucking... You know, they don't know the difference either on time. Like, they're going to be up an hour early and expect to be fed.
Right.
The ducks and chickens, I think they just kind of go out when you tell them to.
I think you got a good point there, because I remember because we don't have the horses here yet. But when I was at the other place and we had horses, if you were late by even 5 minutes, them horses started beating the fuck out of the stalls. I mean, just kicking, hemming, and hawing. So yeah.
Well, you
Well,
felt.
it's funny because it's funny when it's feeding time. So Daniel, one of our horses, he has to get fed first. If he doesn't get fed first, he gets so pissed off. Like he gets so mad.
He gets mad that you chews on your microphone cord.
No, he gets mad and he will kick a stall.
I think he's referring.
For everybody.
I think he's referring to your buzzing again.
She knows.
Eyes just zigs. But you know what you failed to mention while you were talking about the farm?
That's just the ground vibrating from all those people walking north.
There you go.
Wait. You know what we're going to do when they get here?
No. Since you brought it up.
We got 4 minutes.
Well, let's bring it up when I'm not here. You guys are more intelligent about it.
So what you failed to mention while you were talking about the holidays, Six, and the farm is smile.amazon.com, where you can make DV Farm your charity of choice when you shop online. A portion of your shopping cart goes directly to the DV Farm at no extra cost or any hidden fees at that matter to you, the shopper. That's smile.amazon.com. Make DV Farm your charity of choice while you're shopping this holiday season. You had a 9 o'clock up, too. I'm going to guess that's because Google told you there's no show tonight because she didn't get the sarcastic joke that I talked about last night while her and I was talking about the 6 immigrants trying to sue for the constitutional rights. We'll have to talk about that on the other side. Like, me and Six.
It's like that shit went completely over my head because I was so...
I noticed. Is there anything else that you need to talk about really quick, Six? News related products, anything like that?
Not in 2 minutes.
You've got 2.5 minutes, but okay.
He said no. Move along.
Well, fine then. Don't get mad at me for taking away from your time. But anyway, we are going to talk about on the other side of the break as well a name contest for the DV Radio Coffee Blend, where we are partnering with Ubora Coffee Roasters, and you can find their coffee at uboracoffee.com. We'll talk more about that after the break, and hopefully we can fill an hour, because since we didn't have an hour of pre-show and just less than not even a minute of pre-show, I didn't put anything in the second part of the show except for talking about that contest and things impacting vets, service members, caregivers, and the news this week, because I didn't know what the fuck to put. But you are listening to Barracks Talk right here on dvradio.net. I'm Bonerwood. We've got Google, DV6, and I think Oink's still there. He's in Alaska, so he might have frozen. I don't know. But anyway, we'll be back on the other side of the break.
DV Radio.
The number of homeless veterans is on the rise, and in 2017, the number ticked up for the first time in 7 years to 40,000.
Many of these homeless vets live in areas affected by extreme winters, with sub-freezing temperatures and feet of snow.
DV is launching our biggest project to date. This winter, we hope to hand out 1,000 winter survival bags to homeless vets across the country. We need your help to make this happen.
You can pledge as little as a quarter of a bag, or up to as many bags as you'd like at mydvstore.com.
DV6, a former homeless veteran and founder of Dysfunctional Veterans and DV Farm, will travel with a team to several cities across the country to give bags to homeless veterans.
But we need your support to pull together and make this happen by simply going to mydvstore.com. Once again, if you'd like to donate, please visit www.mydvstore.com. You're listening to WDVR, only on dvradio.net.
I've got to thank Bender and Mr. Danny Magnum from Up in Arms podcast for doing the voices or voicing the Winter Bags commercial that you guys just heard in the break. We are back here on dbradio.net. Barrett's talking on Bonerwood. We still got 6 Google and Oink. You still there? Did you get frozen up there in the tundra?
No, this mute button's kicking my ass, but we got it figured out now. We're good. Kind of like Google. I got one on the headset, and of course the mute there on the computer. So yeah, we're getting them figured out.
I gotcha.
Yeah, it helps to remember which one you hit.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
And sometimes I hit both, and then I can't remember if I hit either of them. So then we come back, and I'm like,
all I can think of is the Jetsons right now.
I believe my sound issue is your fault, though.
Everybody else hears it. Everybody but you hears it.
Well,
so it's you. It's definitely you.
I haven't changed anything.
Remember how mad you got, Bo, when I told...
The only thing that has changed is the platform that we're using.
Okay. But Recoil even heard it.
So if that's the only thing that changed...
It can't be the platform because it worked perfectly the first time you used the platform that we're using.
Well, that's the only thing that's changed.
Well, why did it work the first week and not subsequently afterwards? But anyway, the contest I was talking about before the break, Ubora Coffee Roasters, we are going to have our own special blend of DV Radio Coffee Blend, but we need your help to name it. So we're going to put a post out within the week, and we want you guys to put the name of the roast that you think best suits that roast. We'll take the best of those, the top 3 to 5, and then we'll have everybody vote on it. And the best one, the one that wins, and we name the coffee blend after, will get 2 bags of coffee for free when it goes public, when we finally get the blend made, ready to sell. So, get ready, because when that post comes out, we need your help. But, in the meantime, go to uboracoffee.com and check out their coffee so you can see what all they got over there. And it's good coffee. I've been tasting it. It's really, really good.
6, did you try any of the coffee while you were down visiting Bo?
Hell, he wasn't here half the time.
So that's a no?
Yeah, I did. It was good.
The way that Bo is laughing, I do not believe you.
That it wasn't good? Are you kidding me?
I don't believe that you actually tasted it.
Then why ask me the question?
Because I needed you to be honest. But since you can't be honest, I cannot trust anything you tell me.
We're listening to CNN.
Oh man, that was good.
Right?
Good timing.
I'm just glad it's not me and my wife that always fight like this. I just get a kick out of it. At least we're not the only ones. That's a good name.
We don't really fight, though. That's the thing. It's like...
Yeah, I just take
6
my
things
roll.
that I yell at him a lot.
Amen, brother. I hear you.
I do not.
You've gone from not raising your hand at me anymore to...
I never raised my hand at you.
Oh, then all those times when we were dating, and I cracked my head on the wall was just because you were, giving me hugs and kisses?
I never made you crack your head on the wall.
How many times did you wave a knife at me?
Well, it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't like I was trying to cut you. My God.
So...
And the first time I waved a knife at you had nothing to do with cutting you anyway. But I didn't know.
I'm supposed to know that. Because,
But I didn't know.
I knew you just got out of a bad relationship, and then you start waving that fucking knife around. I'm like,
I didn't know.
I've already been gutted once.
Yeah, I didn't know that at that point.
Well, that's offensive.
Disclose that information. So whose fault is that?
All right, I'm blowing the horn.
right, time to change the topic. You're listening to WWWDDDVR.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
WWWDDDVR. So, Google, why did you think there was no show tonight? You want to educate all of our listeners?
You said no show.
So, last night, Google messages our radio chat, 6 migrants in the caravan are suing Trump for violating their constitutional rights. Figure that one out. So I reply back, glad other countries have constitutional rights to another country they're not even legally a part of. Then she says her piece. And the next thing is where it must have, just flew over her head, because this is part of why she thought that we had no show tonight. So I go, so with that thought process in mind, I can sue Iraq and its environmental constituents for giving me Crohn's. She goes, well, no, because you're not, quote unquote, on your way to Iraq. Then I promptly respond, I'll be back. No show tomorrow. Saying it sarcastically.
Now I get it.
Right. Then
But
Mr.
all I
Six.
thought was, Google comes in my office. And goes, hey, by the way, there's no show tomorrow night. I'm like, oh man, what the fuck?
Right.
Now I
So-
argue about?
Now it all makes sense.
So at 8:59 this morning, DV6 goes, what's going on? I go, nothing. It was a joke to what Google said. Then he goes, call me ASAP. And I'm like, what?
Hold on. You know what's funny? Even after I read that, I was still lost. I'm like, what the fuck? What joke was there? Like, I didn't see a
So
joke.
the problem with the chats is, you guys think everybody reads, everything all at once. We read bits and pieces hours later. So we type something.
No, but see, I read what Bo wrote, no show tomorrow, right after he put it, right? After our conversation.
Again, because
But he said, I'll be back. And I'm like, okay. And then the next sentence was no show. So it was like 2 separate statements. I'll be back. And then no show tomorrow. You should have, if you had put it all together, I would have been like, you're fucking funny.
See, this is why you shouldn't hang. This is why you shouldn't hang around DV6 so much. You're losing your edge, Google.
Oh man.
Because I sent it and I was like, okay, I'm going to wait for a ha-ha or the crying, laughing till I'm crying emoji. Nothing. Silence. Then at 8:59.
I'll be back.
Then at 8:59 this morning, 6 is like, what's going on? And I'm like, and I was like, oh, he's talking about the no show tomorrow. It's like, oh, nothing. It was a joke to what Google said. Apparently, nobody got the joke because they don't read shit when you tell them to read shit.
I did read it though, but you put I'll be back.
No show tomorrow. Well, I figured you would have put 2 and 2 together that we were having this conversation.
2 separate messages. When it's sent as 2 separate messages, I read it as 2 separate messages. I don't assume that it's all one message.
Well, you make an ass out of you and me anyway when you assume. But Google, as smart as you are, and we were having that conversation, how did you overlook that? Like, what the fuck? Like,
I had to go way over my head.
Yeah, it went over your head until it's a day, and 6 explains it to you, and still you didn't get it. I had to explain it.
I know. That is very true.
Actually, 6 didn't get it when I explained it to him earlier. He's like, oh, okay. And he got it just now. And I'm like, I said the exact same thing to him on the phone. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Hey, you guys, this would not be dysfunctional veterans if we didn't fuck up shit all the time. And if we didn't have these moments, we definitely shouldn't be doing this show.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
But anyway.
We're not going to talk about the other thing, right? About Trump being sued.
Oh, no, that's retarded.
Fucking hilarious.
That's just, well, if you want to talk about that particular moment, you can, but I haven't seen that, so.
Oh, I have.
Oh, I posted it on my wall, and 6 listened to it at the same time I was watching it. So, all right. So I was watching. I was waiting for 6. He's like 30 minutes out, so I figured I'd watch Tucker real quick for So he had this guy on, and who's the CEO of whatever the company is that is suing Trump and then the Justice Department, and he's all like, "Well, they have a constitutional right, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, since when is there a constitutional right for anyone who is not in the country? Well, I mean, they're going to file for asylum, but they can't claim asylum until they get to the U.S. So again, I'm like, and I mean, he doesn't know if they're actually going to ask for asylum. Like, it's just fucking retarded. But it's one of those, like, if you can file for something while you're headed to a country, then what's preventing the rest of the world to sue?
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's like, you're violating their constitutional rights. You don't have any. This is not the United States of the world.
Oh, but it is. And
the Constitution of Honduras, the Constitution of Guatemala, the Constitution of which country? Which constitution?
You're against immigrants, you guys on DV Radio. You're anti-immigrant. You're racist. You don't like brown people. That's bullshit. There's so many consulates and all that. Why do people have this? I'll tell you what's really going to happen if these people. This is what they're hoping. If these people bust through, you think this is all that's going to come?
Oh no, there's already 3 caravans behind them.
The only reason they're doing it this way is because we're fighting amongst ourselves and nobody's enforcing any rules or regs or laws that we have. So it's just fuck it. We just take what we want.
Well,
fuck you. You want to disrespect us? Fuck that shit.
Well, it's like
Throw some
Obama.
rocks at our guys and shit. I've seen plenty of Border Patrol people get their fucking eye taken out with a fucking rock.
Well, it's like this morning. I didn't see it until this morning when I got on my tablet, but I had seen a bit where Obama was saying that sending troops to the U.S.-Mexican border is wrong. You're taking them away from their families. And I'm like...
The only thing wrong about sending the troops, Bo, is the guys that went to Kuwait are telling the guys that are going to the border that that's not a real deployment.
Yeah. Anyway. But my point is, you're talking about a president for 8 years who said, we're going to end this war. We're bringing our troops home. But in real time... In reality, I mean, he sent almost 20,000 troops to those fucking wars during his fucking presidency. He didn't bring them home.
Not just that, he sent troops to the border.
Right.
For political
right.
And now he's mad because Trump is sending troops to the border.
Right. Not into a war. Not into a war, an ocean fucking away. Just in our country, at the fucking border, where they can still go home on leave every few months or weeks or whatever. It's like, go fuck yourself.
Are you doing wash up there?
I mean, I don't agree with 98% of the shit that comes out of Trump's mouth because he speaks way too much. But he has yet...
This loud noise fix is because the heat came on.
He has yet... He has...
All those people walking north.
Unless I'm wrong, and I know one of you will correct me, since the Reagan era, Trump is the only one who's actually done anything for this country since he's been in office. I mean, you know what I mean? So, not taken away from the country at the end of the day.
Look, if you let these people come through, right, and don't just give carte blanche, just everybody, come on in. That's just going to open up the floodgates.
Yeah. I mean, we already done that.
You don't know. And I like all this. It's just women and children. No, it's not.
No.
You tell me who they are. I mean, nobody's vetting these. This is why. And then as far as this whole illegal immigration, if there's all these consulates and places where you can go seek asylum, why are people risking their lives to sneak in?
What I want to know.
Why do they have to sneak in the middle of the night
or
not go through the port of entry?
Better yet, why are they going to another country instead of staying and fixing the country they're in? Look at Cuba. It's not fucking a perfect world, but they turned their fucking country around.
Yeah, plenty of people died for that.
But still, that's my point. They're blaming us for not letting them come because their country's bad.
Nobody's saying they can't. Nobody's
No, the
saying
illegal ones, not the. No, I'm talking about the illegal
even
ones.
the illegal ones. If you just go to the port of entry, you can declare your asylum there, and then you don't get separated or anything like that. And as far as you think you guys are going to cheat the line? I mean, there's plenty of, like Tucker Carlson says, there's plenty of misery and everything going spread out throughout the world and shit. So I've got I have some sympathy for some people, but if you think you're just going to bully your way in and say, fuck our rules and stuff like that, nah.
Look, I don't know why everybody's having this debate anyway, because according to certain people in the media, this caravan is just imaginary. While they're showing pictures of the caravan.
Okay, honestly.
And another one said, while they're showing pictures of the caravan, he's like, this whole caravan is just a big fat lie.
And there's no criminals and all that.
Okay,
wait.
It's
the exact mantra. Nothing to see here, folks.
Okay, you want to know what asylum is according to U.S. law? Asylum is a protection granted to foreign nationals already in the U.S. or at the border who meet the international law definition of a refugee. The United Nations 1951 Convention and 1967 Protocol define a refugee as a person who is unable or unwilling to return to his or her home country and cannot obtain protection in that country due to past persecution or a well-founded fear of being persecuted in the future on account of race, religion, nationality, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion. Congress incorporated this definition into U.S. immigration law in the Refugee Act of 1980. So
that sounded intelligent, but again, you
they're not fleeing their country because they can't find a job.
Regardless of whatever you can hypothesize of why or they're doing whatever they're doing. Right now, they've bullied their way through 2 countries. Well, what was it? 1 country I know of. They crashed down the gates from Guatemala to Mexico, and they'll be here in a couple months. But they're looking pretty good, them people walking in flip flops. You ever try walking just fucking from the camper to the beach in your flip flops and you blow a flip flop? And these guys are putting in some serious miles.
Right.
Hey, how did they all know about this caravan? Because apparently it was posted on social media. They're poor, then how do they have access to social media?
Because
right, that headset though.
That one was bad. It's only when you talk. It's not like that in real life.
I'm sorry.
Don't get mad, Google.
How did they know about this caravan anyway? Because apparently it was posted on social media that someone was going to walk to the U.S.
We have Christian
and then all these people joined, but they're from such poor countries. How did they all have access to social media?
Because they have internet.
But they're so poor that they want to come to the U.S.
Have you ever seen poor people? Nobody's ever poor like that. Come on, Google. You racist bastard.
Making the point. Even Obama said that they're so poor that they're not a threat to us.
What's that got to do with the internet?
If they're so poor, then they would be able to access the internet because
they have smartphones. Didn't you see them?
What was the country
that?
Not poor. What was the country that used blunderbusses against the Russians?
Here, our American poor are driving Mercedes and Cadillac Escalades.
Yeah, I know.
And they're getting food stamps. Come on. Don't you know what the definition of poor is? Is he being sarcastic? Not you. All
right. They're going to find out what poor is when they come to the border.
You're going to find out when the bird hasn't seen Google in a week and a half. And she violates her own wake-up time and gets up 2 hours early. Times however, Kate, it's 6:30 in the morning. The bird don't get up till like 9. I mean, 8:30's pushing it, but 9 o'clock's her wake-up time. Come up there, it's all dark and little, and there's a bird. So, did you get her out of the cage? No, she woke up. I was like, even the bird missed her more than she missed me.
Bullshit.
You know?
Jeez.
I had to go find my clothes that were all packed up and stuff.
Why were they packed up? Was she wanting you to move out as soon as you got there?
I was going to say, were they on the porch?
I found them in the camper, but regardless.
Oh,
okay.
That makes it better. My towel, my little section on the sink is gone. It's all her stuff now. You know.
Well,
I have to take care of my domain.
Now.
I'm gonna have to flex my muscles here and kind of. She's spread out. Let me tell you, the counter. Oh, the thing I worked so hard. The 2.5 years we've been out here in Gilsum, and my counter space is clogged.
You know what? No. I gotta say.
You came home before you were supposed to.
This is what's funny.
Actually, you didn't tell me you weren't coming home until like 24 hours before you called in.
What makes that even more hilarious is the fact that a few months ago, Six gets me on Skype and goes, "Boo, look what I got Google." And he shows me all these boxes and crates and organizing shits for Google. And it's like, I'm going to get my table and my counter back. And I was like, no, you won't. It'll be worse. He's like, no. Watch. In a week, it'll all be gone and I'll have it all back. I said, you watch. It'll be worse. Sure enough, it's fucking worse.
Yeah, I did say to her when she came home, we need to talk. That's all.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, if you were to see just the kitchen, you'd think a hoarder lived there. Like,
there's this new thing, and there's not even a spot for it on this new shelf system. He's got this Buzz Lightyear device.
What?
Hold on.
To make pasta.
I call it the Buzz Lightyear. Hold on, I'm gonna go send
It's to make pasta from like zucchini and stuff, like veggie pasta. So I don't have to eat actual pasta because I'm not eating real pasta.
So instead of it to infinity and beyond, it makes pasta out of zucchini.
Yeah. Right, and I can slice things and very good.
Pretty sure pasta wasn't meant to be made out of a vegetable, but okay.
Listen, when you're not eating pasta and you're too lazy to make your own gluten-free pasta.
Why are you gluten-free?
Oh my god.
Do you have celiac disease?
No, I do not.
So why do you not eat gluten? Do you eat meat? Do you eat meat?
God.
Do you eat meat?
Over this before.
Google, do you eat meat?
We've gone over this before, Bo.
Do you eat meat? Do you eat meat?
Yes, that's why I'm not 100% gluten-free. And I never
So
said I was. I was
why?
I bought this thing. Oh my god.
What is up with the gluten-free thing if you don't have celiac disease then?
What?
Nothing. Me and Google are just talking. What about this Buzz Lightyear?
Because my pain is a lot less once I took certain things out of my diet.
You know the gluten-free thing is a placebo effect, right? I'm just letting you know.
When pain is a lot less when cutting certain things out of your diet, then no, it's not.
You ever think about the stuff that you take and put in to replace that gluten could be the thing that's making you feel better?
All I know is if I don't eat a steak or roast beef or something, after a few days, I fucking get cranky as fuck.
Yes, he does.
Oh, that's why you were so happy while you were here. You ate like a shit ton of meat.
No, I only had the steak when I went to, Jeez, I heard him all the way down here.
I've been hearing him the whole time. I've been hearing him the whole fucking time.
Alright, he does want to go out.
Yeah.
Come on, Storm.
Hi,
You're
Storm.
interrupting our beautiful radio show.
Hey, when you go out, Six, be sure you sing this.
You know what's funny about that? Oh my god, I was visiting the kids today, and I was playing a board game with two of them, and they both said that I needed to pull up the Baby Fuck video so they could listen to it. And then they're singing it! I'm like, oh my god. Like, there's an issue here.
I played it for my wife too, and she went crazy. It was awesome.
Oh man, I'm like, and they've got it down. It's like, it's crazy. Oh man.
Monster truck doo 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 doo. Monster truck doo 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 doo. I love that one. The fucking cars is
pretty good.
Yeah, the cars is fucking awesome.
The car is funny.
Yeah.
But oh my god. It's funny that you played Baby Shark.
So Oink, what have you been up to since you've been away from DV radio?
Well, we actually got snow finally last weekend, and that's kept us busy there on base. But your typical winter driving up here. You got soldiers and sailors and Marines and airmen, especially from Texas and California that tends they can't drive. It snows and they freak out. So we've had quite a few wrecks and what have you. But luckily it only snowed Saturday and Sunday, and then the rest of the week has just been recovering from it. So
cool deal.
But other than that, typical as usual.
I know you done some stuff with some PTSDog's books recently. You and Frosty, or was it just you? Or
that part of it was just me. I ended up that oil money that we received for being Alaska residents, the PFD is what they call it. I took a portion of that for mine and bought a couple books. Ended up donating these books to the local libraries here in Palmer, Wasilla, Anchorage, and then they're on J-Bear. So we kind of tagged them in a recent post and let them know that people could check them out, and of course mention the DV Farm if they were to buy them for smile.amazon.com. But the people on base, they were ecstatic. They were really kind of shocked that somebody brought in some books, first of all, and then second, it was right when they opened, and the lady wanted to talk my ear off, but she couldn't get a word in because there was people coming up to the counter and what have you. But they were extremely happy. The local library here in Palmer, where I live at, they were extremely happy. Wasilla, they were kind of, we have to have our director approve this. So, of course, I gave them my name and number, and I didn't hear anything from it. So, pretty sure they added it to their collection. And then they're at in Anchorage. They did the same thing. They're kind of like, well, we have to have our director, and we only take donations on certain days. And the lady looked at the cover, looked at the title, and said, no, never mind. We were just talking about this. We're good to go. So, like I said, with Alaska having the largest kind of per capita, area of veterans up here, was just something I wanted to do to give back. And, what better way to do that and give JJ's book out there and try to educate some people on the whole thing. So,
all right, that's cool, man. Cool beans, yo.
Heck yeah. But they started doing a little reading program to some of the with service animals up here at the local J-Bear library as well, and that was something that caught me off guard, and I wanted to get more information about. I talked to JJ about it a little bit too. Could be sending a wrong message to the children about service animals, wanting to walk up to them and pet them in the store. But again, without actually knowing what they're talking to and how they're presenting it to the children, there's no way to really know. So it's just something we definitely want to do some follow-up on and find out.
Yeah, most definitely. I know JJ's working on some things to get some material out to people if they want to teach them or help, educate them with the book and stuff like that. Me and him has been working on some stuff for a quote-unquote PowerPoint presentation. Yeah, I said PowerPoint presentation. Yeah, PowerPoint presentation. Yeah.
Just by PowerPoint.
Right. I can't even believe I just said that word. That phrase. Is it a phrase or is it a word? It's a name for sure. Well, it's a name for sure. No, PowerPoint presentation. Oh my God.
Well, the program is PowerPoint.
Oh my God. Shoot me. This is why it's called Death by PowerPoint.
Here you have it. Really, all I heard was Death by PowerPoint.
Well, that was Oink.
Said, wait, is that a phrase or a word or?
It's one of the 58 listed above.
Pop quiz.
Please, bubble one answer. Please use a black number 2 pencil, no blue or black ink.
Number 2 pencil.
Hold on, you just missed it. So after Storm came back in, he came up here, right? and went right into the bedroom. I didn't know that he was carrying anything. So Six just walked into the bedroom and he goes, What are you doing? And Storm moved the covers on my side of the bed, grabbed his phone, and put the covers back.
So that's funny because Boss, you remember Boss, Google, the big black dog?
Yup.
So when we had the old couch in here, we would let him in sometimes, and he would bring his bones in. He got to where he would hide his bones in the cushions of the couch. Well, we would send him back out and let him stay out, and then we'd bring him back in like 6 or 8 months later. He'd go right to that fucking seat cushion and fucking find that goddamn bone that he put in the damn cushions every single time. Like, it never failed.
Yep.
Like, that's the first thing he went to.
Now he's trying to bury it somewhere else. But he hasn't quite figured out where.
Sleep with the covers tucked in. Sleep with the covers tucked in.
I've gone to bed and like lay down and put my hand under my pillow because of and found like his bones. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, Jesus Christ, this is not a hiding spot. Yep. Oh man.
That's just great. Actually, Yogi will go in there in my brother's room or my mom's room, and he'll take all the covers and he'll make it look like somebody slept in the bed. That's how bad he messes it up. And then he'll come in here in the living room, and you know that big cushion mattress I'd gotten for Daisy?
Yep.
He'll take his nose and he'll lift it up and he'll like knock it up against the stereo and everything just to get up under it. He don't want to lay on top of it. He wants to lay under it. And I'm like, dude, we've got covered you can lay under. Like, why do you want to lay under the fucking cushion? Like, I think it'd be a lot more comfortable too.
Now the dog is acting weird because he can't bury the bone. He's not here. Because he brought a package to the bedroom and Six was in the bedroom. So he brought it out here and then he was just like staring down the stairs. And then he went and was staring at Six in the bathroom. Like looking around the corner. He's too much.
Bury this in his ass. That's what I'm going to do.
No. He's like, well, Daddy dropped his cigarettes in there, so I can bury my bone in there. Oh, shit. Yes.
That was you know what's funny?
I was going to say.
Last night, Six is here, right? And he's looking for his bag of smokes. And I'm like, what to do? Flush him.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, a couple shows ago, right before Six came down to my house, before he leaves his house, he drops his cigarettes in the toilet. Well, he doesn't know this. A full brand new pack, mind you. He goes looking for them. Apparently, they also get flushed in the toilet and clog the toilet. Yeah.
Which I discovered that the toilet was clogged after I used the toilet and flushed.
I want to know what kind of fucking system you guys have where a pack of cigarettes, brand new at that, goes down the toilet, flushes fine. But then when somebody else comes in, it's automatically clogged. Like, what the? Like, that's some fucking high-tech shit right there. That's one of those fucking supersonic toilets that you get at a fucking nice hotel where it goes, whoop, and it's gone. You all know what I'm talking about. One of those toilets where you're like, oh shit, just sucked it.
Oh, yeah. Turbo flush. It was definitely funny. He was looking for his smokes just now. Like, you didn't flush them, did you? He goes, I flushed one pack of smoke. And even at Bo's house, his mom was making fun of him.
Yep. Me and Mama let his ass have it.
His mom was like, don't drop your smokes in the toilet.
Well, you know, he uses the bathroom, the one that's in the living room, and one day he's watching a video or something, and all you hear is this woman screaming, and my mom just looked at me. I was like, "Hey, it's Mike. I mean, just let him do his thing." Like, Like, I don't know what it was. Like, that was hilarious. Oh my god. Jesus. But if you want to, we'll go to break since you've got like 80 fucking thousand articles tonight. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Sorry for that, by the way.
Well, I already had 7.
Yeah.
And then, you know what's funny? I was looking at the itinerary to see like my news stories, and I'm like, holy shit, there's a lot.
I told you.
Well, that's what happens when I'm asked to do a show during the week. It gave me time to pull up all the news articles that I had forgotten about. That I heard about like earlier that day. That's what happens. I hear about it like while I'm driving. I'm like, oh, I gotta remember to pull this up. And then I never do. So a lot of good stories get passed by.
Well, we'll go to break. We'll come back. We'll let you read the full-length 8 articles that you have, because we know you will.
Yes. I've been doing pretty good when I have a lot of stories.
Well, let's see how you summarize these 8 stories tonight. You are tuned in to Barracks Talk on dvradio.net, or you're listening to it on podcast on either Podbean, Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher, or some other place that I don't know about that our fucking show's on, because nobody tells me shit. Anyway, we'll be back right after this.
The holiday season isn't always about physical gifts. Sometimes it is more than that. So during this holiday season, give to dvfarm.org. The DV Farm in Gilsum, New Hampshire is dedicated to helping addicted and homeless veterans get their lives back on track. Help them and let them know that they have a purpose and they are not alone. They watched your 6 when they volunteered. Now you can watch their 6. Give to dvfarm.org today.
DV Radio is for our fellow brothers and sisters, and it's all free of charge for our listeners, our guests, and even those that have shows right here on dvradio.net. We do everything in-house, from mixing and recording ads and shows to the website and all that you get from us. We love promoting veteran-owned businesses and highlighting those in the veteran community. So if you would like to continue to hear what we bring to you and have even more in the future with the best quality that we can possibly bring to you, please head over to dvradio.net and click that PayPal donation button. Any amount is welcome, from $1 to $100 million that your uncle lets you in his trust fund. So please head over to dvradio.net and click that PayPal donation button right now. DV Radio.
Let's get it on.
We got some bread made for you. The music. Let's go!
You're listening to WTVR on dvradio.net. By veterans, for veterans.
Simply made for you.
You big dummy.
And now, it's time to find out what stupid junk is in the news.
All right, so we are back for this week's edition of the news. The fun and exciting part that everybody always waits for. This is why you guys stay. Admit it. I did look at all the stories again, just to make sure, and I think I have the order that I want them in. So, bear with me.
Are you
go
sure?
to Hollywood.
Are you sure? Are you positive? Are you 110,000% absolute, without a shadow of a doubt, no contest? Sure, that's the order you want tonight. Because if it's not, then we can't go back and edit it, because I'm not going to take time, the extra 30 minutes, to edit your fucking news stories in the order you want them for the podcast.
You're not going to take time to cut and move stories around?
Oh my god, I've done that for one show that's been on DV Radio. I moved some shit around, and oh my god, it already took me 3.5 hours to edit their fucking show, and then they wanted me to move this shit around to make it fucking, and I was like, and it took another 2 hours to put it all together, and I was like, on top of that, I had to make this fucking music bed for it. So that added another half hour. So altogether, it took me about 7 hours to edit a fucking hour show. Yeah, that's my life.
Well, don't worry, Bo. This is the order I want them in.
Better be.
This story was actually sent by PTSDog to me on Wednesday during the Halloween show.
Oh my god.
It's great. Actor that appeared on Better Call Saul and Longmire admits to cutting off own arm, posing as war veteran. Yep. Actor Todd Letcherette said that he cut off and cauterized his right arm roughly 17 years ago while he was off his medications. He said he then lied about his injury over a decade later, saying it was incurred on the field of combat in order to get an acting role, for which he is now apologizing.
But I love what he says later on in that article.
He said, I severed my hand with a skill saw. The state of my mind was a psychotic episode.
That's not the best part.
I was dishonorable. I'm killing my career by doing this. If anyone thinks this was for personal edification, that's not the case. I'm ousting myself from the New Mexico film industry, and gladly so, just to say what I've said.
Yeah, he didn't do it for personal gratification or anything, but he made his money and now he's leaving.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Because he's going to get his royalty checks now. I mean, they're not going to stop his royalty checks. They can't.
Oh, I know.
Because unless he adamantly said and verified that he was a veteran in his contract, they have no grounds to take his royalties away. So,
I know. Well, he also notes that he is not looking to be redeemed for what he's done, but instead hopes that his story will help those who may be struggling with mental illness understand the gravity of taking their medication. And he is quoted as saying, "The power's in your hands to take your medication in the morning or at night, so that this discourse of my life doesn't need to be necessarily yours, because
honestly,
it happens quick.
Honestly, all I could think of was he got really high one night on some acid, watched Evil Dead, saw Ash cut his own arm off with a chainsaw. He only had a skill saw, so he was like, why not? The zombies are coming after me, so let's saw my arm off. And he wanted to be like Ash. That's what I think he done. I mean, he don't want to admit that, but
it's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane.
He's a piece
we'll
of shit.
stay in Hollywood for a minute, even though this happened in New York. Everybody, I'm sure, heard that Alec Baldwin was arrested yesterday for punching a man during a parking spot dispute.
But you know what?
Charged assault.
I did see a statement by Alec Baldwin that he done it because Donald Trump's hostile words against the U.S.-Mexican border and the immigrants led him to this act of violence, and that Trump is the leading cause of him doing this. So everybody, whenever Trump speaks, don't listen because it will cause these side effects.
Oh, God.
That was a joke, everybody.
He also said, and this is factual, normally I would not comment on something as egregiously misstated as today's story. I wanted to go on the record stating as much. He said, however, the assertion that I punched anyone over a parking spot is false. So, but he doesn't say what the actual reason was.
Does it really matter? You punched a guy in public and went to jail for it. You obviously done something wrong. You obviously had no grounds for which punching was reasonable.
Exactly. And then he tweeted, negative charges and defaming allegations as possible for the purposes of clickbait entertainment. Fortunately, no matter how reverberating the echoes, it doesn't make the statements true. Well, that's interesting, because doesn't that Isn't that exactly what they do on his side of the aisle?
No. They tell the facts. They are not racially biased or anything.
He also said New York City is a mismanaged carnival of stupidity that is desperate for revenue and anxious to criminalize behavior once thought benign.
Doesn't the dumbass live there?
He does.
Fucking move if it's that horrible, you fucking retard. You have the money, obviously.
Now, when Donald Trump was in front of reporters, he was asked about this arrest, and the question was, what do you have? Alec Baldwin was arrested today, and he goes, who was arrested? And they're like, Alec Baldwin. And so President Trump said, I wish him luck. So that is all.
I will admit, I do like some of his works that he's done. Not gonna lie, a lot of Alec Baldwin's works is fucking great. However, I think he's one of the biggest pieces of shit in Hollywood to date. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, between the hypocritical bullshit he spouts and then his past, but he doesn't want to bring that up. Let's not bring his past up. Let's bring up everybody else's, because that's what's relevant.
Oh, wait. Things such as, ever since I played Trump, black people love me.
Oh, yeah. And not only that, we're talking about an alcoholic drug addict back in the fucking 80s and 90s who literally tried to sell his own brother's fucking house out from under him. Like, how stupid can you fucking be? That's how fucked up on drugs the guy was.
He's insane.
He's beyond insane is not fucking good enough for that shit.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. That's too funny. Since we're... Well, all right. I'll wait that one for last.
She changed the order, people. You heard it.
No, I wasn't sure where I wanted this particular story to go, but I think at the end works.
I'm not changing it.
We'll go to food, the food industry. KFC gives parents $11,000 for naming baby girl after Colonel Sanders.
What? Wait, say that one more time.
KFC gives parents $11,000 for naming baby girl after Colonel Sanders.
Well, I'm naming my son McDonald's.
A 7-week-old infant already has a large chunk of her college tuition covered thanks to impeccable timing and KFC. Finding that Colonel Sanders' first name, Harland, had become too unpopular, the company in August issued a simple challenge to parents: be the first to name a child born on the Colonel's birthday in honor of the KFC founder, and received $11,000 toward the child's college education.
That reminds me of the two kids that pulled a prank in McDonald's, put up an advertisement, let it sit there for like a month. They get on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and then McDonald's loves it and gives them $25,000 a piece. And I'm like, they literally defaced your fucking property. Had that been me, I'd have been in jail.
Yep. Well, born on September 9th, baby girl Harland Rose will now receive $1,000 for each of the 11 herbs and spices in the Colonel's famous chicken recipe. Her parents plan to call her Harley.
Harley.
Just Harley. Harley Rose. I wonder if Harley Davidson is going to give them some money too, because they'll nickname her Harley.
I thought you said they gave her $11,000 for naming her after Colonel Sanders.
Right. They named their daughter Harland.
Oh, Harland. You got me all fucked up when you said Harley.
They named her Harland, but they'll call her Harley. It's like her nickname.
Well, if Chef Boyardee was still around, and yes, it is pronounced Chef Boyardee, I would seriously name my child Chef Boyardee, just to say Chef Boyardee. I love that. I don't know why. Ever since I seen that first commercial of him going, "Hello, I'm Chef Boyardee," I'm like, yes.
I think it's kind of ridiculous that they decided that Harland had become too unpopular, and therefore, if your child is born on September 9th, and you name your child Harland, you'll receive money. I think I'm sorry, but it's like,
I've not seen anybody named Greta or anything like that since 1958.
Yeah, there's a lot of names that are going away. Like, suck it up, people.
Yeah. Chanel Northwest Coast Cayenne West Kardashian is going away. I was trying to come up with something else, but I couldn't. As stupid as their fucking names are.
Yeah, right. All right, moving along. Ben & Jerry's, Six covered this a little bit on the Halloween show. But if you didn't listen, here's your story. Ben & Jerry's unveils new flavor for midterm elections. They have added the Resist Pecan, or Pecan Resist, sorry. But it's like pecan resist.
Peas in a can!
Yeah, the company says Pecan Resist celebrates activists who are resisting oppression, harmful environmental practices, and injustice.
What?
As part of the campaign, Ben & Jerry's is giving $25,000 each to 4 activist entities, which are Color of Change, Honor the Earth, Women's March, and multimedia platform Neta.
And just for future reference, I got to correct you somewhere, just for future reference, I know every region has its own way of pronouncing it, but pecan is actually pecan.
I know. But some people pronounce it as pecan and others pronounce it as pecan.
I just said I know every region has its own pronunciation,
Right,
but the correct way is pecan, not pecan.
Oh, man.
You ain't got peas in a can.
The company said it cannot be silent in the face of policies that attack and attempt to roll back decades of progress on racial and gender equity, climate change, LGBTQ, LMA, all of them little letters, rights, and refugee and immigrant rights. It is a chocolate ice cream with white and dark fudge chunks, pecans, walnuts, and fudge-covered almonds. Yes. Yes.
I just want the fudge-covered almonds. Not really. I don't want the almonds at all. I want the fudge.
Well, it's funny because it's a chocolate ice cream.
Well,
and not a vanilla.
That makes it even better. My mom would jump on that. Chocolate with chocolate fudge covered almonds. She loves almonds. She loves chocolate, and I know she definitely loves fudge. So if she gets some of that Ben & Jerry's ice cream, she'll fucking have it gone by the time it fucking arrives.
I have not yet seen it in stores, FYI.
It's probably in select stores.
Ben & Jerry's CEO, Matthew McCarthy, said, all of our employees here and around the world, all of the people we serve, are not only hoping, they are expecting us to speak up as a business. I'm sorry, but I call for a boycott of Ben & Jerry's because I do not agree with them. I do, but I don't.
I think they use that as an excuse to come out with stuff. I think a lot of the companies use that as an excuse to come out with products that are for these, whatever you want to call them, genders and sexes and I don't know what else.
Oppression.
I know genders and sexes are the same thing, but apparently they're not anymore.
Well, I mean, there's 2 biological genders, but there's like 15 million sexes.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
Other way around?
That's what I'm saying. It should be sexes and genders is one thing, but apparently in today's world, that concept is no longer real.
I mean, I just can't keep track of it anymore.
I can't either.
Staying with politics, because Ben & Jerry's, Elizabeth Warren, that fun granny senator, fake Indian from Massachusetts.
She is not fake. She's 1024th Indian or something.
Peruvian, Mexican, or Colombian descent. Indian.
Yeah.
So not even Native American.
Well,
not even Native American.
There's not actually a Native American, but we'll say yes.
I know, but you know what I meant. Like,
I know.
Native. Oh my gosh.
I know. I know.
Her Indian blood is not from the American Indians.
Is it that Muslim Indian?
No,
I'm sorry. That sounded really racist. I realized that after.
Anyway, she claims, this is funny, that she's not aware of her own campaign's fundraising.
Whatever.
This came out because, God, it's just so funny. So she pleaded ignorance this past Tuesday, saying she wasn't aware her campaign attempted to raise money off of her opposition to Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh.
Oh, bullshit. You have to prove it.
She was challenged on the September fundraising email, which has spawned an ethics complaint in the Senate at a debate on Tuesday. The Democrat tried to brush the question aside until the moderator pointedly asked her to respond to whether she did raise funds off her vote, and she said, "Actually, I don't know."
God. And you know what? The American people that believe that shit are going to be like, she didn't lie. She told the truth. She was unaware of it. Well, motherfucker, you're unaware that they have to fucking approve the shit.
Yep. She declared her opposition to Justice Kavanaugh early on and described her opposition in a September 17th email to supporters that asked for them to contribute to her re-election campaign. So, I guess she didn't know that she sent out an email asking for money because she was not voting for Kavanaugh.
Where's the cyanide?
I'm like, isn't this kind of an important thing for you to know?
I didn't know that email went out. I didn't send an email. It just I don't know where it came from. It's Hillary, where are you? Hillary, help me.
I know. It's so funny. All right, we are going from here up to Alaska.
Wisconsin. Damn it.
Alaska. No, we're going to Alaska. I have 2 Alaska stories.
Wait.
2 Alaska stories in 1 week. In the same night.
Wait a second. Wait. Before you go any further.
Way up north to Alaska. Way up north to Alaska. North to Alaska. Go north for Russia's home.
Okay, there you go. You can go now.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me feel so at home.
I was like, where is that fucking song? I had to find it. Like,
that was good, Bo.
I was going to do it myself, but I was like, nope, that won't do it justice.
The headline for this story is slightly misleading, so I'm not going to read their headline because, like I said, it's slightly misleading.
Okay, Google. What would your headline be if you wrote this article?
Women's homeless shelter in Anchorage might be closed.
Okay.
So this women's shelter may be closed because it violates the transgender laws of Anchorage. One night, a transgender woman who is really a man went to the homeless shelter, and they take care of like battered women, like domestic abuse stuff and all that fun stuff. So these women do not want to even sleep in the same building as a man. So this man, claiming to be a woman, but he's really a man, tried to stay there for the night, and the shelter said, "Sorry, you are not welcome. You are not allowed in." And so he complained and filed suit and all that other fun stuff.
Dude looks like a lady. Dude looks like a lady.
Exactly. So, because of that, because they are, I mean, you know, they're not compliant with the transgender laws. The argument for them is that they are a faith-based women's homeless shelter in Anchorage, and it would violate their own personal religious beliefs to accept transgender women.
So they're not violating any laws.
Exactly.
Because I'm pretty sure it's separation of church and state, and that falls under church and state laws. So
exactly. Well, suit has been filed against the city.
Well, good luck, city.
So there you have it. So this women's shelter, fingers crossed, you will win the suit. While we're up in Alaska, man faces 99 years for attempted murder of Anchorage Police Department officer.
Wait, what? Say that one more time, a little bit slower, because I did not catch any of that.
Man faces 99 years for attempted murder of Alaska police officer.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry. Continue.
An Anchorage jury on Tuesday convicted Beefcake. That is not his real name, obviously. His real name is Pago Lalilio. I wonder, is he here even legally? Of attempted first-degree murder of an Anchorage police officer. Is that racial profiling?
Deer in the headlights, anybody?
In addition, he was also convicted on 2 counts of assault and 1 count of misconduct involving a weapon for being a felon in possession of a concealable firearm. Man, that's a lot of charges. 2 officers chased after Lalilio, or Beefcake, and a 3rd officer cut him off from in front. 2 of the officers were able to drag Beefcake to the ground. As they struggled, Beefcake fired a shot from a .40 caliber pistol concealed in his jacket pocket. And this all happened because they were...
Wait, did you say .40 caliber?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you shooting a .40 caliber out of your fucking jacket pocket for? That's like a fucking hand cannon. What the fuck? Dude's got some fucking muscle. That's all balls too, man. Holy shit.
A lot of Pacific Islanders up here.
The shot landed close enough that one of the police officers was able to feel dirt from the bullet impact spray him in the face. This all happened only because they were responding to reports of gunshot on a residential street.
Jesus Christ. I'm just trying to imagine some big dude running with a .40 cal in his coat pocket, shooting. Like, can you imagine? Like, imagine that, right? Like, fat dude in a little coat shooting a fucking .40 cal through the fucking jacket pocket. Like, imagine that shit right now, and tell me that ain't some funny shit. Because you're going to get some jiggling, you're going to get some wobbling, then you're going to see this big ass fucking boom come outside of the fucking jacket, and then dirt fly up in your face, and you're going to be like, am I in Looney Tune land? Like, that's what my question would be, like, really quick.
It's insane. And so officers responded to initial reports of a gunshot on a residential street, and while they were investigating this, Beefcake jumped out of a parked truck and ran away. That kind of tells me that he should not have been here to begin with. Because if you're sitting in a parked truck, why the fuck would you run away if you did nothing wrong?
Google, just so you know, the guy is Samoan. That's what me and Oink were trying to point out to you earlier. He's legally here.
Yep.
Gotcha.
But he might have been out on probation or parole or something like that. That might have been what the thing was. Because if I'm not mistaken,
Oink... one count of misconduct involving a weapon for being a felon in possession of concealable firearms. So he's definitely already a felon. Prior to this incident.
I know Oink will correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a lot of Alaskan natives as well as South Pacificers that are not really criminals, but they've got some sort of rap sheet. I mean, I don't like to stereotype, but is that not true?
I mean, if you're talking a huge melting pot of all races, religions, and whatnot, come to Anchorage. You're going to see them all, and trust me, there's a huge presence of South Island Pacificers that are up here. A lot of them not bad, don't get me wrong.
Right. And that's what I...
Yeah. That name of Pago Pago Beefcake Lilo, that kind of got our attention on the morning news the other day, and I'm like, I have to send this. I just want to hear Google say it.
Well, thanks.
But if I'd have been that cop, as soon as he fired a shot from his jacket, I'd been like, hey, okay, go guy. You're good. Yep. Flip side, brother, flip side. Like, no messing with that motherfucker. Like, he's got some balls to shoot a damn .40 caliber out of his fucking coat. Shit, I ain't messing with him. And he's a fucking Samoan. Fuck that shit. You ever seen a Samoan?
That's what you call Alaska Wildlife in there with the tranquilizer darts and start taking shots with those, you know?
Shit. Fucking Samoan will crush a fucking mountain just by looking at it. Fuck that. Fuck that. Why do you think they never got invaded? Because of their fucking war cries. Holy shit. You ever seen that shit? Fuck no. I would not go near that crazy ass shit either. And then you got big ass motherfuckers in fucking grass skirts doing it too with war paint. Fuck no. Fuck that shit. I don't care if I got a fucking nuclear bomb. I ain't going near that fucking island. Fuck that. Fuck no. You ain't gonna hear me go pew pew pew. I'm gonna be going because I'm gonna be running my ass the other fucking way. I don't care if I can't walk or not. My ass will be gunning it.
Oh man, that's too funny. Staying on the cops, we're gonna go back to Mass, even though we covered.
It's not Sunday yet.
I know, but this was interesting. Okay, so on Wednesday, I took one of the guys to the Red Sox parade for winning the World Series. He's an avid Red Sox fan. He never misses a game. I figured the Red Sox don't win all that often, so he needs to take advantage of this while he's still alive.
Could be worse. Don't even go there. Could be worse. You could be a Cubs fan. Trust me.
Well,
the Bears. The Bears.
So first, what happened that day was after we got there, I made a right turn, and I thought that I thought that the guy had turned behind me. Well, apparently he didn't. So 20 minutes later, that dawned on me, and I sent Six a text, and I'm like, I kind of lost him.
Yeah, if you guys missed the Halloween show, that was you'll hear it on the podcast. But let me tell you. Her losing a fucking bet in the middle of a crowd, we let her have it.
Oh, shit. I had the dog, too. So, I mean, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. I found him, so everything was good. He wasn't drunk. He wasn't high. He was all set. So, anyway, anytime there's a parade, I mean, someone gets arrested, at least one person. Well, this one, several people were arrested, but this arrest, I think it's the most notable. A 19-year-old was arrested for striking a man on a duck boat with a beer can, unopened beer can. It doesn't state, his name is Patrick Connolly. There were several others arrested for underage drinking and shit like that. But this guy is charged with assault and battery by means of a dangerous weapon and disorderly conduct. However, I haven't been able to find out if this person is the same person who threw an unopened beer can and damaged the trophy. Not badly damaged. Not badly damaged.
I'm so confused right now. It's not even funny.
So this guy was arrested for assault and battery with a deadly weapon, but another unopened beer can. We don't know if this is the person that threw the other beer can. If it was the same beer can, we don't know. But someone threw an unopened beer can and damaged the World Series trophy.
Ooh, ow, booyah.
So that's what I'm saying. We don't know if Patrick Connolly is the one that threw the beer can that damaged the trophy and then someone else. We don't know if it was another person altogether that threw that particular beer can. All I can tell you is that it happened not long before that particular float got to where I was, because one of the players was fixing the trophy. It wasn't badly damaged. It was, like they bent a peg and twisted a flag.
It wasn't badly damaged. They bit a peg. They broke a flag. They got some scratches on it, some beer. It's a little sticky, but it's all right. It's fixable.
I mean, well, it is. I mean, but then I'm like, they've had the trophy for 3 fucking days, and someone damaged the trophy.
Fucking Yankees fans.
I know. That's funny that you said that, because apparently some people have blamed Yankees fans. I don't think that they would really have shown that. But
what's the
DV tree, to your comment, only a kid would throw away a full beer. It's actually not uncommon practice for the people in the crowds of Boston to throw unopened beer cans to the players of the team that won, with the intent that a lot of the players will actually, because now it's shaken, they will open it and spray the crowd with it.
Just so everybody knows, just so everybody knows, that is Google's headset, and she adamantly denies that it's her headset. So if you hear all that buzzing, it's her headset.
I love you.
Talking about trophies, have you ever seen when the Stanley Cup broke into? So the team wins, right? They go out on they're out on the rink, and they hand it off. The guy gets ready to pick it up over his head, and it just falls apart in his hand. Like, it's the most hilarious. His face is fucking priceless, and they all start fucking laughing. And the dude in the suit and tie is like so shocked that he doesn't know what to do. He smiles, for the camera, takes the trophy, and I'm like, oh, that just, you ruined it, man. Fucking, you fucked up, and you don't know what to do. Your ass is grass. It's on YouTube somewhere. Just look up NHL Stanley Cup breaks in half or something like that. But yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. It is funny. It's not a long video. It's like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. But that little ceremony where they hand off the Stanley Cup, he grabs it, gets ready to lift it up. He don't even get it to his chin. Motherfucker just falls apart. And I'm like, damn. Somebody prank him? Like, you think it's a prank because it just falls apart right in the middle. It don't break or anything. It just literally comes apart. Like somebody unscrewed the bowl from the fucking stand. Like, anyway, is that all your news, Google?
That is all my news.
All right. Well, we've got about 3 minutes left. So if you haven't already, go to mydbstore.com. Check out the winter bags. You can buy a quarter of a bag, half a bag, or a full bag. We need to reach that goal so we can help the homeless this winter. Please, please, please. If you can't give, at least share and let people know what that cause is for. Also, smile.amazon.com. Make DB Farm your charity of choice this holiday season. No extra costs or hidden fees, and it all goes directly to the DB Farm. Go to Twitter at DB_DB Radio, as well as YouTube, Dysfunctional Veterans, and DB Radio. If you don't have us on podcast streaming, that's Podbean, iTunes, Google, Stitcher. Shit, I don't know where else you guys find us at. We're still trying to get on Spotify. I have a lot of shit I have to go through and redo for our past podcast, but as soon as I can get that finished, we will be on Spotify. Sorry it's taking so long. Anything else, Google?
Don't forget to vote on Tuesday, unless you early voted already.
If you're in Michigan, you can early vote. Oink, yourself.
If you're in Florida, I hope, and you were hit by the hurricane, I hope you early voted. Unless, well, I mean, some of them.
That is so heartless. That is so. If you were in Florida. If you were in Florida and you got hit by the hurricane and you didn't early vote, you need to get your ass out of that floodgate and go fucking vote. You don't need to be crying that you missed the fucking vote because of a hurricane. Fuck the hurricane. Go fucking vote. Like, that's...
Listen, this is my theory, because during the presidential election, what happened? A hurricane hit Florida. So there is something called early voting in Florida. So as soon as the polls open in Florida for early voting, all that are in the hurricane tracks better be out there getting ready to vote.
I really hope they fix the voting system in Florida. I hope we don't have another Bush election. Anyway,
well, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Keep an eye on the Alaska election as well, because we actually had three, Republican, Democrat, and Independent running for governor, and the early ballots went out, and then all of a sudden the Independent dropped out. Our current governor, Walker, dropped out. Well, with the early voting, it's too late to send some of that stuff back. So it's going to be a possible court case, if you see what I'm saying, down the line if one loses or wins. And so this election up here in Alaska, it's could be a precedence. We don't know. We're just keeping an eye on it. But yeah, definitely get out and vote on Tuesday.
Hey, Bo, since you're in North Carolina, make sure to vote the absentee ballot and vote yes to add the constitutional amendment to require photo ID for North Carolina voters.
I'll remember that when I go to the voting station. Yeah.
I didn't know that you would actually go in person.
Yeah, like I would do that. Anyway, we actually,
I didn't know that.
Actually, really quick, really quick. If you are in North Carolina, no joke, there's a voting going on for Marcy's Law. You guys look into that. That's something that really helps victims of abuse and murders and stuff like that. If you haven't seen the commercials with Kelsey Grammer when his father was killed and then when his sister was raped and murdered, I encourage you to find out about Marcy's Law. That's here in North Carolina. So go look into that. And if you are in North Carolina, vote on that. I encourage that a lot. What were you getting ready to say, Google? Before I got all depressing.
Oh, I'm sorry. The argument, I hate this fucking argument that people make that you shouldn't require photo ID because then black people can't vote is total crap. I'm sorry. It's crap. It's like saying that no black person in America has photo ID and no poor person has the ability to get a photo ID, even though
you're just being racist.
They can get their EBT little food stamp cards that you need a photo ID to get. So they can be on welfare that you need a photo ID to get. So I think everyone should show their photo ID.
Okay.
That's just my personal opinion.
Okay. Oink,
no, they're being racist by saying that black people can't get a photo ID. I'm saying that they sure can.
I'm trying to end the goddamn show. I'm not trying to start another fucking segment. Shit. Fuck.
Oh, shit.
God,
that's all I got. Bye-bye.
2 hours. 2 hours and we can't get shit out. Fuck. Goddamn, some bitch. Anyway, Oink, yourself. Anything else left for tonight?
Well, hey, Six posted on the page earlier tonight. We lost 2 Alaskans that are to what we don't know yet, still under investigations. 2 Alaskan soldiers. So we need to do a better job of keeping out and looking out for one another. So make sure we got everybody 6. That's the biggest thing.
Yep. For DV6 who bailed out, Marquis and Recoil who didn't show up, and I'm sure they have really good reasons. Oink and Google. This has been Barrett's Talk right here on WDVR, dvradio.net. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything upcoming, let us know at info@dvradio.net. Don't forget to start sending in your contest names for the coffee blend for Ubora Coffee Company. If you win, you get 2 bags of free coffee before it actually is up on the store. So I encourage you. Let us know. We'll also make a post and start voting as soon as possible. Anyway, this has been Barrett's Talk. Until next week, Fudsickles. Bye-bye.
Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter.
That's all, folks. Goodbye, motherfucker!
DV Radio.